Hey everybody, just wanted to give a quick shout out. I guess this is going to be a little bit of a rant. There's actually only been a couple times. This is the second time that I can remember really being ticked off about something and wanting to share it with you. I've got just a 8-minute video clip that I would like you to watch. You don't even have to watch the whole thing, just watch a few minutes of it. This is somebody we know. This is someone that is boots on the ground in Ukraine. Now, let me just say real quick before you decide you don't want to hear any more about this. The reason, say, why are you ticked off? The reason I'm ticked off is because there are two kind of sides to this story right now. And I'm going to label them very clearly. Please listen closely, very clearly. What is happening, W-H-A-T, and why, W-H-Y, it's happening. Please don't get the two things confused, because what you're going to see on that video is what is happening, all right? So, and I'm borrowing this from a number of posts that I've seen from Christian ministers that I love and believe in with all my heart. And what they're doing is they're telling some things that are going on behind the scenes that I believe are actually very important. As always, there's a lot of stuff that brings these sorts of things to pass, that cause these calamities to happen. There's backroom secrets, stuff that's been going on for decades. There's evil in the political realm. There's, Ukraine is not a clean state. Okay, let me just say that. Ukraine, like every other country in the world, is not, they've got lots of bad things going on in Ukraine, and they have for a long time. So, and I don't want to go into all that, just other people are doing a really good job of that, okay? So please don't say that Jim Moore is saying that some of these, I'm not going to use their names because I don't want to appear as defaming them. I'm not trying to do that at all. Some of you are sending me stuff, and I've heard it, and I believe that a good share of it is probably true. But that's the why. Do you get it? That's the why. That's not what's happening. What's happening are people are dying. Real people, like your brother and your sister and your husband and your wife. Okay, so this is somebody we know who is there and is seeing the bloodshed, seeing the difficulties, okay? So please, if you are one that wants to expose the dark element of what's happening behind the scenes in the Ukraine and Russia, and you say, hey, there's more to, that's great, and do it. And I applaud you for doing it, but please don't belittle the what. Because the what that is happening is real people that are dying. There's somebody dead today that wasn't dead yesterday. Somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's brother. You say, Jim, you're really upset about this. Yes, I really am. Because I've watched Christians do this through the year, and I've done it myself through the years. So there'll be a big fire, and we'll use that big fire where hundreds of people died as some kind of prophetic symbol of the fire of God falling. This is not that, okay? I'm not saying people are doing that. They're trying to expose the darkness. I get that. But please, will you remember in all of your searching to know what's the why behind the what? Don't forget the people. Don't forget what's happening to them. Don't forget to pray for them. And please don't group everyone in the Ukraine as we call them Russia or Ukraine, okay? Russia is bad. No, Russia's good. Ukraine is good. No, Ukraine is bad. Listen to me. Let's talk about one of the worst nations on the planet. North Korea. Do you really believe that all the people that live in North Korea are quote unquote North Korea? When you say Ukraine, do you really believe that all the moms and dads and brothers and sisters out there and the Christian missionaries, that they're all the same thing as their government? Their corrupt government, or their good government, they're bad. No, most people are so disassociated from their government. And they're the what? It's not just the powers that be. Please remember that. And if you don't know someone there and you don't really know what's happening, the what of what's happening on the ground, maybe you ought to get that little part of that little component of the situation before you go into talking about what Putin is doing and what Zelensky is doing and human trafficking. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, okay? Every one of the people that I've heard so far, and I said I'm going to make this short, every one of the people that I've heard so far that have talked about the things that are going on in the background have always said, Well, it's wrong. What they're doing is wrong. But, and then so they spend a millisecond on the what, and then an hour on the why. And you know what? I get it. I get it. I expose darkness. I am against corruption. I am against the devil. But that is the why. I am also for people, and you ought to be too. And you ought to think about the moms and the dads and the brothers and the sisters that are suffering because of corrupt government's actions. Do you understand that? And don't just give them a little, millisecond mention like, oh yeah, well they're, blah, 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 them. But here's the real story. No, the real story is people. That's the what. Okay? So please take a minute to watch this video. Please, I'm not going to apologize for my rant. I may have to later, but please take a minute to watch it. Again, I want to emphasize, this is the what, not the why. All the politics, Putin, all those guys, that's the why. That's the why the what is happening. What I want you to hear about is the what. These are not liars. This girl you're going to listen to, I'm not going to say her name, but she's not part of the deep state, okay? And there is a deep state. She's not part of the cabal. She is a woman who loves Jesus, who is trying, and she is telling the truth about what is happening. Maybe not why it's happening, but you need to know both sides of the story so that you don't lose your compassion for innocent people. So take a minute, watch the video, leave a comment if you want to. Again, it's only 8 minutes long. You probably won't even have to watch all of it. But here's a girl whose boots are on the ground. Listen to her heart. Let your heart be moved. God bless you. So sorry, this is not words of encouragement. This is probably more like words of correction. Love you guys. Take a listen to the video I put on there. God bless.